The world is at the precipice of one of the most dramatic shifts in history, the transition from an industrial society to one that's based on a deep understanding of an entirely new form of knowledge capital, behavior. Our behaviors, as well as those of the intelligent machines that we're building. For the past 200 years, innovation has been very visible, from airplanes to automobiles, factories to skyscrapers, computers to cell phones. We saw innovation because it surrounded us. But the most profound revolutionary innovations of the next 200 years will be ones that we can't even see. Artificial intelligence, vehicles driven by invisible drivers, currencies that we never touch or see, digital ecosystems that predict individual behaviors for each and every consumer, and an invisible treasure trove of data that defines what will likely be the most valuable commodity of the 21st century, our digital selves. And all of these invisible innovations will be based on our ability to store data in unimagined volumes. By 2020, the world will produce 44 zettabytes of data yearly. That's 44 followed by 21 zeros. By 2025, it'll be 180 zettabytes a year. So insatiable is our appetite for data that if we continue at that pace, by 2050, we will have exceeded the storage capacity available on every atom in the solar system. So why is this data important? Because it not only holds the key to how we build our businesses, our economy, and our society, but it may hold the key to the very survival of our species. The bottom line is that we're nearing the bounds of complexity for the types of problems that humans can solve. In the same way that the horses and plows used to feed 1 billion people in 1800 couldn't have been used to feed the 7 billion people we have today, the technologies we now use will not educate, transport, feed, nor care for 10 billion people. Although revealing our behaviors may conjure up images of Minority Report and 1984, the reality is that a new kind of value is emerging, one that has the power to profoundly transform our lives, our economy, and our businesses. From personalized medicine and autonomous advocates, to hyper-personalized products and loyal brands that know what you need before you know to ask for it. And at the heart of all this change is the ability to use artificial intelligence to understand and take on a whole new breed of problem that simply can't be solved with the same old tools and approaches we've used for the last 200 years. Trying to address complex problems in systems such as climate change, pandemics, global economies, energy, universal access to healthcare with the same tools and technologies that we use to create these problems is like comparing the strategy used to win tic-tac-toe, which has 250,000 very mechanical and predictable moves, with that of solving the game of Go, which has 10 to the 170th highly unpredictable and intuitive moves. By the way, there are only 10 to the 80th atoms in the visible universe. That's why understanding the role and the value of artificial intelligence is critical. It reveals and captures the otherwise invisible patterns needed to understand and take on problems that are far too complex to address in the same old ways. Still, we're fearful of revealing the invisible and handing over the wheel to artificially intelligent devices and machines. Why? Because we measure new technology against the goal of 100% accuracy and reliability, when the current state of affairs isn't even close to that. And we always measure the known risks of a new technology against its unknown benefits. 1.3 million people die in auto accidents. Autonomous vehicles will reduce that by 99%, saving well over 1 million lives. And that's just one example. Far-fetched? Only if you buy into the gloom and doom scenarios and discount the enormous power of revealing the invisible in building an amazing future that we're just starting to reveal.